Another episode of Down the Blocks here at Grand Traverse Pie Company. The morning after a 1-point setback for the Michigan Wolverines at Jumpman down in Charlotte. 3 neutral games that Michigan against really good, decent teams that Michigan's been in. They've dropped all 3 of them by 2, 2, and 1. They played well, but they had a couple 11-point leads. But I found this. I've been following Michigan basketball, watching Michigan basketball in person since 1964. Cassie Russell, junior year. That's old. The old Yost Fieldhouse. Yeah. Dirt floor.
Yeah.
Yost, okay? One of the more disappointing setbacks. Okay, former Wolverine CY. This is an astute panel. I'll tell you what. Of just knowledge.
You keep saying that.
It's because it's the truth. Mark Dotson, Jeremy Norquist. Okay. Start with UCY, the former Michigan pivot man, number 45 out of Detroit Catholic Central High School. I was bummed after that game. I was, because missed opportunity.
Another missed opportunity. But we got to take it all in perspective. We've got 3 losses on the season by a combined 5 points. The ball bounces one way or the other for us. It's a totally different game. Am I frustrated that we
also could have lost the Iowa game too?
Yeah. Am I frustrated that we had an 11-point lead with the ball and then turned it over? They went down and hit a 3. Then we turned it over again. They
2
hit
empties
2,
on the last 2.
And it's just the typical, coming down the stretch, goofy turnovers at the wrong time.
Where's our panelist?
Hey, he's a working man. He's got to answer those phone calls when they happen.
Okay.
But it was very, very frustrating to watch. Danny Wolf was very, very aggressive. He asserted himself a lot in the first half. He did a little bit to start the second half, and then he just disappeared. Then it was all Trey just trying to handle the ball and attacking the rim. Like, Danny Wolf has got to be the one who facilitates the offense.
Okay.
And then the very last play, the guy hits the and 1-3, makes a free throw. There's 10 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah.
Advance the ball to half court. We have one timeout left.
Yeah, that's why I have the timeout.
Yes, that's why you got it. You can't use it in the locker room after the game. Use the timeout, set something up, and Danny Wolf has to be the one with the ball in his hands at the end of the game. You don't want to take you don't want to take a contested 3 at the end of the game.
You don't need a 3. You only need a 2.
Go at the rim. Yeah. Use that same
leverage
ball screen action.
your advantages.
That same ball screen action that was killing them the whole game with a 4-5 ball screen, the 2 bigs ball screening for each other, and go at the basket. And then if you have to kick it out from the middle, that's fine, but not just swinging it around and shoot a shot.
Okay. Jay Norquist. Okay. Think about this for a second. Okay. If I'm Dusty May, I would have utilized that timeout. See why? I would say, listen. Obviously, you don't want to give the open 3, and I'm a foul versus defend kind of guy. Put them on the line. Let's just deal with that, because they were shooting fairly well at the free throw line.
Right.
If you do give up a 3, don't freaking foul them, because we can take them into overtime. If we take them in overtime, we are going to beat them.
Yes.
Their best score is out of the game.
Right.
That will catch up with them.
Right.
Jeremiah Fears is not going to carry this team on his own.
Correct.
So that's the ultimate in stupidity. Why didn't you communicate that?
You can never. I mean, no matter what the situation is, late in the game, you can never foul a jump shooter.
Yeah.
I mean, that is cardinal sin as long as time. Now, obviously, fouling a jump shooter with 10 seconds left. I mean, you can't. There's no excuse for it. He fouled them. The guy made the jumper, obviously, but I'll tell you something. If I'm a Michigan fan, like Chris said, CY said, they're having a problem closing. Okay, there's no question about that. But they're right there in every game. I still wouldn't be discouraged in this.
Well, I'm not saying I'm discouraged. I'm frustrated. Well, no. I think they'll make the tournament. But
you still be discouraged. You're disappointed.
I'm extremely disappointed because it's the same mistakes being made over. I tell you what, weak guard play is hurting this team.
Yes.
That is a fundamental variable.
And Danny Wolf not coming out for the second half.
Yeah.
That would have been nice.
And sitting around in the locker room for most of the second half.
Yeah.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
What was going on?
He just was uninterested. It was the guards. It was
figuratively not coming
he was running up.
He said that very convincingly, though. It sounded literal.
Sometimes when he wasn't on the court, and I thought maybe there was something to that.
Cheddar played a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Short bench. I mean, those starting 5 minutes were like last year and the year prior. You were in the 30s. Upper 20s, low 30s, and then it jumped down to like 14.
Yeah, Cheddar had like 14 or so, and then it was kind of
Ruben Jones had, and
Walters played a lot.
well, he had less than 5. He had less than 5, and he sat down. You know why? You can't have open looks and miss them, and you're going to sit, my son.
That's your only job. You got to make your.
You got one job.
My problem is if you're Dusty Man, you look at you say Danny Wolf. You were 3 for 4 or whatever in the first 7-8 minutes, and then you took 2 or 3 shots the rest of the damn game.
Yeah.
Like, I look at the box and go,
well, and
something doesn't make sense.
And for me, it's fine if he doesn't take a whole lot of shots, but he still has to have the ball in his hand to facilitate. Because when he's coming off those ball screens, it's a mismatch nightmare. Teams do not know what to do. And
everybody, that's going to everybody.
Yes, he's going to find something that's going to be positive for Michigan. But when he doesn't have the ball in his hands and he's standing around, and then all of a sudden it gets swung to him, and there's 8 seconds on the shot clock, and he's got to shoot a deep contested 3. That's not what we want from him.
So Dotman, take those last 2 possessions at Michigan. They were both empties.
Yep.
And you have the ball. You're up 3, 20 seconds to go, and you got what you got. I mean, what would you have done different?
Exactly what they did. You're talking about the turnover from Gale, the play when they had the ball.
Well, they had the lead at +3, and then down the stretch, you had the final 20 seconds to get.
You're talking about after the turnover. What would I have
The
done?
last 2 possessions were bad, were empties. They didn't get a shot off.
Right.
At the second to last, they didn't get a shot off.
Right.
That's not good.
No, I think they're still trying to figure out who they are. And Gale, and evidenced by the fact that Gale kind of waved off Trey and said, look, I got this. And I don't think there's any reason why he should not have felt confident in getting it, all right? Especially given that's between those 2 guys. Trey was playing well. Yeah.
Trey played well, but I was surprised. A 3 when you only need
and contested 3.
You thought it was contested?
I thought it was clean. No, it was contested. There was, I mean, anything.
He had a little
separation,
separation,
but there was a guy with a hand up. It wasn't a reverse, and the guy standing wide open.
It almost
You know?
It was
but almost.
Taylor
Wings and hand grenades, man.
Like,
we don't count for almost.
Who was he going to go to?
Ball screen action, downhill at the rim.
You're going to get fouled.
I ain't giving that up.
But that's the thing. You don't have a choice but to give it up. You set the right ball screen. Danny Wolf's coming downhill with Vlad following him. He either puts it on the rim, dumps it to Vlad, who puts it on the rim, or he kicks it out to a wide open shooter because everyone's going to suck in. And then you got the 2 big guys standing under the rim.
Okay, Jay Norquist.
I'm passionate about that.
Your thoughts about that? Okay, Norquist. Your thoughts?
I don't know if here's the thing, man. I think that Michigan, obviously, the problem is late in the game. I'm always big on going to the bucket. They do not go to the bucket.
Especially when you're 4-28 from 3-point land.
I don't care what they are. They have a problem late game closing.
Yeah.
Like, go to the bucket.
Even in the Iowa game when they won the game.
Okay, so what's the thing? Go to the bucket.
Yeah.
Go to the bucket. Try to get a layup.
2 7-footers.
Yes, but you got Gale. You got that guy. You got guys that can hop. Just get to the bucket. Try to get a layup.
Yeah.
Try to get a layup. Try to get a dunk. I mean, try to get a foul.
Well, I think the reason why he didn't do that speaks to what he thinks about his game, because he still had a chance to do it, right? But instead he pulled up.
Yeah, you're right.
What do you think he was thinking when he did that? I can't get to the bucket.
And the time that he shot it, it was the right time on the shot clock to take that shot.
To get a rebound.
Because you still have a chance for an offensive rebound, which where they still secured and almost threw it back up on the rim again. But with shooting that poorly, you got to attack.
4-28.
You got it.
Well, they weren't good shots though. They weren't clean like the Oklahoma shots were.
Yeah, they were reverse, and it's a wide open shot.
No, they weren't those kind of three.
Yeah.
We're taking 3-point shots here, but we're not taking in rhythm.
No.
In comfortable 3-point shots, especially
In the first half, they did. A certain guy who sat on the bench second half.
That's a good
Yeah,
call.
but he wasn't getting good. He still was forcing it. Those weren't catch.
There was some pretty good open looks, I
He
thought.
had one open look and right in front of their bench.
Right, in
That was
regulation.
okay.
That was
but,
the only one.
Yeah.
That was the only one.
I was
All
thinking-
the other ones were forced. But
I was thinking about what Don said, and that was actually kind of to my point. I was thinking about coming over. The one thing I'd worry about if I was a Michigan fan is the defense. They can't seem to guard. They seem to get lost.
When
They can't
when a
seem to
team
guard
has been on
anybody.
dribble drive penetration, like OU said, okay, we're going to drive these guys late in the first half.
yep.
Boom, it happened. It happened.
You know what the difference is though? When Michigan's running on offense, when they're scoring on offense, when the offense is flowing, then you see Gale picking him up at half court and he's down in his stance.
So it's
You
a
see-
mental- so-
yeah,
so
all
it's an
mental.
attitudinal.
Yes, it's all relies on what they're doing on the offensive
Wow.
side of the ball. If they're running and scoring and shooting and high-fiving and having a good old time, then they're coming back and they're slapping the floor and they're down in a defensive
well,
stance.
that's coaching?
That's just the
motivating?
mentality of the team.
That surprised me about
Yeah.
Dusty May's defense that they're as bad as they were. At Florida Atlantic, they were not that bad. I cannot believe they're this bad defensively, actually.
You think they're bad defensively, Mark?
I don't think they're
You think
good.
they're bad?
I don't think they're good. Is there a distinction there?
Well, yeah, there's a distinction
All
there.
right. I don't think they're good. I don't think they're good.
Their
I think-
defensive
I think they're
rebounding
willing-
is not good.
I think they're willing. I think they're willing defenders. I don't think they. One of the
They don't
problems I have
do
is
it
this
passionately.
The auto switch thing, because there
Yeah.
was one play at the end of the half. They just left the big guy open underneath the basket.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have any idea who was going to be checking
Yeah,
who.
that's true. I remember that one.
Communication.
I do
Yeah.
remember that one.
Yeah, it was under out of bounds, I think.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of auto switch, but that's
Yeah.
a different discussion.
yeah. When you look at the Big Ten right now, it's like, is there any really? There's not really a good team.
There's
They're-
yeah. there's
well, Michigan State might be one of the better average. They're all
They're all average.
I mean, Illinois had an
They're all
opportunity.
average.
This is what pissed me off about the Big Ten.
There's no Purdue from last year. There's no top five.
Illinois
team in the Big
dropped
Ten.
an
Or
opportunity
Illinois.
against Tennessee.
Yeah, there's no one that's really that dominant.
Illinois got a dog in number 32. I don't even know who he is.
But the pundits are saying that even though right now Michigan is still one of the
win the Big
favorites
Ten.
to win the Big Ten.
Hey man, I keep waiting for that bubble to burst.
I don't know why.
The only way that's going
They
to
were
burst
favored by 4.5 in this game.
The only way
It's
that- the
all
only way that bubble
perception.
bursts is if they lose to Purdue Fort Wayne and they drop some of these other games
Yeah.
that they're expected to win. It's one thing if you lose to number 14 in the country, lose to an Arkansas team who's going to be a top 25 team. Like
They're not
those
yet.
are the games like you can kind of swallow and still be like, okay, Michigan still got a chance.
I mean,
to win the
Illinois
Big Ten.
beat Arkansas by 15 in
Yeah.
Champaign. I think, Dot Man, we're going to find out the first weekend at USC at UCLA. Not beating USC, but beating UCLA. If they beat UCLA, then they're reeling me back in. They're reeling me back in as far as this team has
Don't be
legitimate.
worried. Don't be concerned about being reeled back in. I don't think they're.
Well, I mean, I don't think they care about it if I'm real back in or not. I'm irrelevant. But I'm just saying.
Preparing for the holidays and shit. I don't think they're going to be used on the road. Not
No,
the way
no,
they've been
no.
playing.
But they better beat USC or they're in trouble. And then they got Washington at home on January 12th. Now Washington's the worst team in the Big Ten
Alright.
by far.
All right.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Worse than Minnesota.
yeah. I would say so.
I would say so. Yeah, I saw them play once. Yeah, they're not good.
Minnesota's bad. I thought Nebraska was bad the way they played against Michigan State.
Yeah,
He did look bad.
they did look
I
really
mean,
bad.
Michigan State made Nebraska look terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Put the
And then-
clamps on him in the
and then
second
they
half.
turn
Well,
around.
it was the second half.
And then they beat Penn State,
Yeah.
and Penn State will turn you over.
Yes.
Somebody else too.
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, this is
I don't know,
crazy.
it's going to be one of those
It-
years
it's
where the
gonna
Big Ten, it's almost a coin flip. There's
It is a
5 or
coin
6
flip.
teams that can sneak up and win it.
Percentage chances of Michigan going to the NCAA tournament right now.
100%.
The CY meter, 100%.
I can answer that if you answer another question first.
Well, I asked you
How
first.
many
What
teams? Well, no.
what were we in the
How
sandbox
many-
here? What?
First of all, how many teams in the tournament? 60, 64.
Or 66. With the,
68.
With the play.
And how many do you expect out of the Big Ten?
I mean, in years past, it's been.
Well, there's 18
7,
teams,
8,
so there'll probably be about 9 or
but
10.
now it'll probably be something,
If they
10.
take 12, then yeah. I don't see.
No, I'm talking about your record because the record. Okay, they're going to be. They grab these 2 wins against against Purdue, Fort Wayne, and then Western Kentucky.
Yeah.
So that puts them at 10-3. They're 7 over 500 going to Big Ten play. They got to go. They
500?
got to go. Well, no, I think they got to go 4 over 500 to ensure a bid. Then they'll be.
No, I think they go 500 in the Big Ten. They got a bid. How do you keep on a 20?
Where's their
20 or
credible
21?
win right now? Xavier?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a credible win?
Yeah. It's incredible.
Unranked.
Yeah. And they'll sneak up and they'll beat someone in the Big Ten that they're picked as underdogs against. You know.
Wisconsin. You don't think Wisconsin's the most credible win?
No.
You know?
Their best win? Yeah. Because you know why? It's on the road.
Yeah.
That's the only road game they've. You know they've had one road game.
Yeah.
One road game.
Yeah,
Because
one
the Fort
true
Wayne
road
was
game. Yeah, one true road
That was at Wisconsin. They're 1-0 on the road.
Yeah.
That was a good win.
That was a good one. That was a great win.
Yeah.
So that's their best win. And X on a neutral site.
Yes.
Yep.
That's number 2.
Yep.
Yes.
And then a couple
Then
losses
we
on
got a
neutral
couple
sites to
moral
other teams.
victories.
More.
Ain't no moral victories. This one hurt, man.
Yeah. This
I
hurt.
think by 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon I'll feel better.